Hello, I'm Celeste Jonay. Yep, it's me. Storyteller, speaker, author. What else am I? Actress, sing a little bit. But today, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm actually going to talk about me. I know I'm being goofy. It's kind of challenging when I know this is going to get serious. But the funny thing is, when I talk about stuff, I'm never 100% serious about it. But I want to start backwards. I want to talk about the most recent 2 years of my life. I am an older young woman, a mature young woman. Okay, let's put it that way. And I made the decision a couple of years ago to uproot myself from corporate America, which I have referred to sometimes, and decided to move. And I wanted to pursue acting, which I did. The, the funny thing is, I didn't realize how not ready I was for the experience I was about to have. I thought my ducks were in a row. I thought everything would fall into place. I thought this is going to be great. It wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. Okay, it didn't start off great. The truth of the matter is, it took me the whole 2 years, the first 2 years of my move. It's, well, how do I put it? The end of the 2 years to be okay with my situation and understand some things. So let me back up. Oh, let me back up a minute. There's this old saying that says, when you pray about something, no, be careful what you pray for because you just might get it. And I believe I got exactly what I asked for. I want to be a better person. I wanted God to show me who I was. I wanted Him to expose me. I wanted to learn to have a better level of faith. And that's what I was doing. At least I thought that's what I wanted. But boy, when the journey began, which all began October 2021, moved. I'm blessed to live with, Atlanta's expensive. I'm sorry, I had a moment. But I'm blessed to live with somebody I could rent a room from, and there are no issues. So thank you, Lord. But I feel like it's a trial by fire. So much so that when I got halfway through, I thought maybe I wasn't supposed to move. Maybe I moved too soon. Maybe I didn't understand what I was supposed to be doing. Maybe I didn't prepare well enough. But I always believe that sometimes it doesn't matter. God's timing is perfect and things work out the way they're supposed to. It's about how you respond, react to it, and what you get out of it so you can move forward. And I realized how much of my life was running and not facing things. But we'll get to that. Let's talk about these last 2 years. I got here and I thought I'll be able to get a job. I'm intelligent. I am gifted. I speak well. I write well. I've never really had a huge challenge of getting a job. I, you know, been promoted up through corporate America. So I thought I'll come here, I'll apply for some jobs, and somebody will call me. I arrived the last Saturday of October, and I thought I would definitely have a job no later than mid-November. I was wrong. I was so wrong. I was very wrong. My first year, I hustled. I drove Amazon delivery. I did DoorDash. I took warehouse shop. I did anything I could to make sure I had money coming in because I have been elected to pay my own bills. So I did. And I didn't go hungry. I didn't get put out by the person I was renting from or whatever, but it was tough. It was very tough. But I finally got a job in September of 2022. When I tell y'all it was a whole year, oh, it was a whole year. Now, granted, I was getting acting gigs along the way, but I'm thinking I need a steady job because I wasn't working in the industry every single day, getting a check every single week or every single month or so forth. So I just thought something's got to give. By September of 2022, I think it's 22, yeah, I had to make sure where I was. September of 2022, I finally got a job. Things began to come. Well, it was interesting because I was already behind on bills. Let's be honest. My score tanked. I'm going to be transparent, so brace yourself. It's been a minute since I've seen 500 because trying to climb back up, it's like, oh my gosh. I mean, late on bills, trying to hustle, trying to get stuff. It was challenging, and it was difficult. And then took part of my retirement and pension, ended up owing taxes, so that added on to more debt. But I was chugging along because just got to make it happen, doing the acting, then just doing whatever gigs I could. Got a full time job, decided to move out of where I was living for a minute, and got sick, couldn't work. So that means I had no money coming in. Now I'm just talking about the financial part of it. But in my head, I'm thinking, Lord, really? Really? This is where we are? This is where we are. So for what's 365 times two? So for 730 days, I think that math is right. I was just mad all the time. I was either mad on the floor crying in fetal position, trying not to curse anybody out, hating where I was, just complaining. Lord, why? I don't believe you. How could you do this? I've done everything. I've been faithful. And here is where I am. And I'm doing, nothing I'm doing is coming together. I'm praying. I'm certain nothing is coming together. And I'm thinking, this is a joke. I will pack my stuff, go back home, and live in my mama's living room if I have to, because I am not putting up with this. So that was my attitude. Got the job in September. By April of 2023, by April 2023, I left the job. Those people were toxic, and I was trying not to catch a case. I'm just going to be honest. It was not good. It was not good. It was not good. And I was just insane. But regardless, I was still struggling with everything else. I was in a city. I felt alone and lonely. I went through many bouts of depression because I felt like nobody cares. Nobody cares what happens to me. Nobody sees me, nothing. I'm just out here by myself. And if I don't make it happen, it's not going to happen. Nobody's going to help me. And I'll get calls from people and can I get this? Can you do this? Yada, yada, yada. And I would do it. I would show up. But I felt like nobody was showing up for me. And if somebody called me, 9 times out of 10, they were calling me to ask me to do something, give them some money or whatever. I'm like, I'm broke. I'm behind on my car note, but you're going to call me. Okay. But I would do it because that's who I am. I did it anyway. So let me back up talking about God, and I'm going to get through this 2 years, but I'm going to give you a foundation of where I am. I remember standing in my living room at the apartment I was in when I decided to move out. Just because you're grown, you ain't grown. And because I knew everything in me told me to be still, but I was going to do what I wanted to do. But I moved out. I remember standing in my living room, and I was still angry with God because, like, I'm trying, and you're not giving me anything. And I heard him say, "How are you gonna?" It was like I keep taking what he's given me that I need for myself, and I keep giving it away. It wasn't as if I felt like I should. I was just doing it because people were in need. I needed to do it. And it's like, how are you going to keep blessing people with what I'm blessing you so you can be blessed, if that makes sense? And I know there's a quote out there that says, you're blessed to be a blessing, but you got to use wisdom as well. And I was not. Anyway, so let's move on. By December of 2023, got the job in September. By December of 2023, I had to move out because I couldn't afford the rent. I had gotten sick. I gotten behind. The job didn't come quick enough. So I ended up moving back in with the person that I'm now living with, that I started off living with. April 2023, at the end of April, I left that job because I said I cannot. Nope. It just, okay. There's something about working with people when everybody there is a hater. And you're like, I haven't done anything. I just want to come do my job and go home. But I digress again. Left there, walked into, I'm trying to remember what it was called, but there's an app where you can sign up for people want to hire you for a day. So I went in, worked for this guy for a couple of hours, and then he asked me would I stay, and I said, okay, this is what I do. I have access any flexibility, yada yada yada, and that was part of the reason I left the last job because I didn't have any flexibility. Um, he said, yeah, no problem. So he was paying me every week. The first week he paid me. The second week, I think it was a holiday, I didn't get a check. And about 5 days later, he finally responded. I was like, I didn't get my pay. So he finally paid me. Because I was going to leave. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not working for somebody who cannot pay me. So I did go back and worked a couple of weeks, and he missed paying me again. He missed paying me for 2 weeks. And I thought to myself, something I cannot say on camera, but it was, not profanity, but some choice words I prefer not to use. But I'm thinking to myself, really? This is how you're going to do me? And I finally left there. And I thought, what are we going to do now? Because I had been through driving for Amazon, which I was still trying to do on the weekend, driving for Amazon, making deliveries, sell whatever I could do to make sure the rent was paid and nobody would come take my car. I did end up getting a job in July and work for a great company. My manager is phenomenal. I'm blessed, but I was still angry because I'm still playing catch up. I'm still trying to get ahead. Trying to do all the right things. I'm trying to do right by people. Yada yada yada. And finally, my birthday came around, and I don't know what happened on that day, but it's like my whole world lit up. I woke up that morning and I clearly heard, give yourself some grace. Because I don't know how to do that. I had been so hard on myself for so long because I knew I was better than the situation I was in. And I know some of you feel the same exact way because you think, I've gone to college, I got the degree, and I can't get the job. I drink and I'm trying to quit, but I can't seem to let it go. I I don't know. I have a vice. Maybe you like eating cake every day. Maybe I don't know, but everybody has something different. But I was so focused. It's like I woke up and I realized that I had been so focused on everything that had gone wrong in my life. Not only over those last 2 years, but the last, 40. And I was so focused on thinking that 1 plus 1 really was 2, when it's not. I was so focused on, I'm trying to put the pieces together the right way so the results will be right and match what I've done. And I was angry, not at God. I was angry at myself because I felt like I had let myself down, that I hadn't done the right things for it all to fall in place. And I thought, what am I going to do? But when I woke up that morning, I knew it was the Holy Spirit when He said, give yourself some grace. That was August of 2023. On that same day, I got still because I heard something else, and I'll try to post the words down. And He gave me what I consider something that I read every day. I don't know if you'd call it a mantra, but basically telling me focus on the present. Stop looking far ahead and stop looking back. Because when you do both, you can't focus on where you are. Learn to live. Stop worrying about debts because you're always going to have to pay somebody. Because I'm just got so far behind and everything. I thought I am never going to catch up. If I could just get one more check. So going back to my 2 years, that day I felt like the sky opened up for me. And I began to understand why the last 2 years, I got to shift, the last 2 years of my life were so important. God was answering a prayer because I wanted to better me. I wanted to better understand. I wanted to be free. I wanted to be at peace. And I'll be honest, my financial situation, it has not dramatically changed or improved. But what I have is a stillness and a peace on the inside. And I'm grateful for that. But it took me going through that breaking. Um, it's so funny because I wrote something and I'm gonna peek at it with my glasses. I wrote down my best days were spent in the wilderness. And that's why where I got the title. And I realized my best days were spent in the wilderness because it drew me closer to God. Did I read my Bible every day? Nope. Did I go to church every Sunday? Nope. I did not. Every now and then, I had a little cursing word come out. I did. But God said, give yourself some grace. I was beating myself up constantly every day. And it's something I still have to work on because I want to be perfect, but I never will. There is no exact formula for it to work out exactly. And you got all these gurus about how to become a millionaire and everything. For me, yes, you have to put the work in. There are things you do need to do to get to the next level. Yes, you do have to do the work. But I had to realize the striving that I was in because that's what I was doing. There's different than doing the work and striving and pushing and demanding. And it was amounting to nothing but chaos from the inside out. And I was miserable. But something broke in me that day. And I felt the wheels kind of, I can't explain it. I said the sky opened up, but things began to turn. Not that my environment changed, but things began to turn. I knew I was different. It was as if the scales had fallen from my eyes. And I understood what God was trying to do for me, to me, through me. I am happier than I have been in a long time. As the end of 2023 was approaching, I know that was, from, let's see, September, October, November, the last 4 months, and I had to count. But the last 4 months of the year, I just realized I am happy. I have peace. The stuff, the stuff stopped stressing me out. I went back to crafting and started my thing of a box of purple lilies, and I haven't sold a box, but I've given some away, and I'm okay with that. Because at the end of the day, when the money's gone and the people are gone and the business is gone and the job is gone and the stuff is gone, who are you? Can you still be happy? Can you still smile through the chaos? Can you? And I realized that person from back then, she was miserable. She wasn't smiling and she was grumpy and hard on people. Now there's so much that goes over my head. My job right now is, I was going to say my job right now is a little story. I'm just trying to get that job right. But that's why I say I'm still working, but I'm in such a better place. I am happy. I catch myself smiling for no reason, just smiling. And I love it. And for the first time in a long time, I'm at peace and I feel like I'm home. The church I go to has really helped a lot of stuff fall off of me. Um, I still, I don't have a lot of people I hang out with in Atlanta. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'm trying to think. And I'm good. I'm at peace. I'm happy. I've met a few good people. I hang out and I am so good. But what I realized, and this is what's coming to me right now, what I realized, this is all a part of the calling. This is all a part of my purpose. This is what my life is. What you go through is not for naught. There is a reason why. I don't know what your reason is. I don't know. But I know for me, the sharing is part of it. I have to tell you the truth. That's why I'm telling you my credit score is not 500 because I'm playing catch up. Um, I'm getting it together. I have goals, but I won't fall apart if it doesn't fall right into place as I want. I found my happy place in the midst of it all. I love crafting. I love acting. I love different things. I love writing. I work with people and enjoy things. I'm writing a book with a couple other people and we're putting it together. And that's where that joy is. And I had to let go of all the stuff. My life's not perfect, but I am so grateful for the things I've gone through. But I believe, without a doubt, it is the response that made a difference. Let me see if I said that right. Made a difference. It is the response that made a difference. So here I am telling my stories. Told you about my last 2 years. We'll get in detail about some other things, but the wilderness was the best thing that ever happened to me. Going through, God not allowing things, best thing that ever happened to me. I am so much better because of my wilderness experience. And I rejoice and I am grateful and I thank God. Sometimes I run around my room and say, Lord, thank you for taking me through what you went through. Thank you for not allowing things. Thank you for the troubles. Thank you for the trials. Thank you because I'm better. Okay. I think that's enough for today. What you think? All right. You know how it is. Come on, because I'm going to ask you every time. Say it with me. Speak your truth. Live with transparency. You will see the triumph. I am Celeste Jonay.